Good afternoon. It's about 1 o'clock on my lunch break. um, I just thought I'd jump on here real quick for my my little thing about this video is called mistakes. It's just a quick one today. This is about, in this day and time, there's a lot of stuff going on in regards to the changes, and the energies of transformation is real big right now. And what is coming up is like, people are supposed to be really in their authentic self. Okay, now if we've all had issues, we've all had problems, we've all had challenges during life, it's just part of life. Yeah, it's saying that, when you've made a mistake or a mistake has happened, sometimes they're rerouted opportunities. They're opportunities for growth. Sometimes if a mistake didn't happen or something challenging didn't happen, you would never have learned from it. So it's basically saying that, the fact that, mistakes are made, you have an opportunity. The fact that you're alive and you're breathing, you have an opportunity to make a difference or change the trajectory of where you want to go. Don't seem to think that the problems that you've had in your past, due to circumstances, due to environment, due to family structure, due to socially or whatever, have kind of final resting place. That's not the case. So it's basically saying, while mistakes do happen, and Facebook is having challenges, but anyway, it's like we're in a day and time that there's a lot of challenges going on, but this energy wants you to understand that you have an opportunity to make a different choice. Even if you've made mistakes, even if you've made bad choices, you have an opportunity right now to do something different. You're not bound by the mistakes you made. Like I said, sometimes mistakes happen. You know the energy that you're carrying. If you're in a space of ego or arrogance or anger, or and you do things or you say things that out of that space of anger that sometimes you wish you could take back. You have that opportunity to change it. You're not stuck and you're not bound by that space. And the reason being is because things are going to get even more challenging, or things are going to get more difficult in regards to the energies that we're dealing with, the things that we're seeing, because there's a space of fear. Those people, you're not. You have an opportunity to change. And this is a time and day of being your authentic self. Remember, I'm saying, how do we change the vibration of the planet with love? We have to work on us. And if those things, working on us, means that, if we have made mistakes or if we have made bad choices, owning those choices and being able to want to make better choices, or being able to put ourselves in a better space to do something else. So don't think because you're stuck in a certain place that you don't have any other way of getting out of it. You do. You know what I mean? And the fact that we all have ancestors, we all have our higher selves. Our higher selves are always trying to give us guidance, give us wisdom to make better choices. You know what I mean? But we have to want to do that in ourselves. So you look at yourself, you honestly look at yourself and ask yourself if the choices that you've made right now are serving you and serving you in the greater good. If not, then you have an opportunity, while you're still breathing, while you're still living, while you have choices, you can make different ones. So any mistakes that you've made are rerouted opportunities, you know what I mean, to take you into a better space or a newer space, or to change you to think better, or to think clearer, or to think in a different space. Not to bring you down, not to some things are made to test you, but these things are not really meant to destroy you. Destroy your strength in yourself, or the power that you have in yourself. Some of these things come to test you, to know that you have more power within you, because there's a lot of people that's going through challenges right now. And in this day and time, you need to know that you're not without power. Nobody has power over you unless you give it them. You know what I mean? So that means if there are mistakes that's been made, if there are circumstances that are challenging you, you have the power to get out of it. You have the power to do something different. You're living, you're breathing, you're choosing. The fact that you've chose to get on here and listen to what I'm saying, you made a choice. You could have continued going on by and calling it a day, but you made a choice. Now, if this choice has given you food for thought, that you're not without power in everything that you do in this life. You're not without power. You know, you have every right to make a better decision, a better choice, even for your, you know, when it comes to your children, your family, your friends, your loved ones, your husband, your wife, your whatever relationships you're in. You have a better choice to make. If the situations that are not serving you and you're not feeling happy or you're feeling powerless, you have an opportunity to change that. Please don't think that you're without power. And that's what they want us to understand, because the spread of fear is very strong right now. The spread of fear, and people want to manipulate you in order for you to maintain the space that's conducive for them. Okay, and this goes along with anybody. When people want you to do what they want you to do, and it goes against you, it is basically for their benefit and not yours. And so our ancestors, our spirits are saying, no, remember, you have more power than that. You have an opportunity to make a change. You can choose to be a part of it, or you cannot. Now, I know I went through many things in my life, certain situations that I went in that, I chose to stay in those things. Not because, it may have been fear, but I had to acknowledge that I chose to stay in those situations. Good, bad, or indifferent, I chose that. And that's how I gained my power back, because when I realized I chose it, then nobody forced me to be in those predicaments. You know what I mean? Whether it was a challenging situation or it was a great situation, owning that space of knowing that I made those choices, because I can't change anybody else. You know what I mean? The only person I can change is me. And so being in my authentic self means that I have to honor what is good for me and honor what I want to express. And so if you keep making the same mistakes over and over again, if you keep finding yourself in cycles of going through things over and over again, you're not learning the lesson. And so they want you to know that you're not without power. Please don't think that anything negative that happens to you is because that's where you're meant to reside. No. Certain things come to show you there's another way. There's a better way. There's another opportunity for growth. There's another avenue for you to get to your destination or on your journey. So like I said, this is not going to be a long one or an extensive one yet. Mistakes are rerouted opportunities for growth, and letting you know that you have an opportunity to make another choice and to be in a better space and to grow. We're in a big change right now. What's going on in the world with this COVID, all this stuff that's coming out, all the brutality, all of that stuff. It's a lot of fears, and just by watching the news or watching the media, it can keep you in a space of in a messed up space. But that's what they want. But it's up to us to understand that no, we are not subjected. We are not held to that space because that's what they're perpetuating. We're held to that space because we choose to, and that's why you need to understand that you are more powerful than that, and you have an opportunity to make a better choice. Okay, so any mistakes or any